We started, and you had to do this on your own. So name 3 factors that will influence the demand consumers have. So the first factor is price. That's your easiest one. So the other 3, you could literally write any one of the, there is 3, so you just chose 2. So you can say the price of other goods and services, right? The change in household income, yes? No, that is for supply. Yeah, this is for demand. So the price of natural resources is the price of factors of production. Yeah, but that's for supply, not for demand. Okay. This was for demand. They asked me here that demand. Okay. So it must be one of these ones. The price of other goods and services. Can we please stop talking? So if you were to write the price of substitute goods or the price of complementary goods, it would be right. But you're not going to say, you're not going to get 2 ticks. You can't take it for 2 marks. You get what I'm saying? Because the price of other goods is only 1 mark. So if you mention substitute goods, it's only 1 mark. Then the other 2 facts have to come from the other headlines. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. The change in household incomes, seasons and trends, tastes and fashion. Okay. So seasons won't be a tick and trend won't be a tick. You get what I'm saying? So if you write seasons, it's 1 tick. And then when you write trends, I'm going to say it's a repeating of the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? So in other words, if I write here, seasons, nee, and trends, nee, I'll mark that one right, but this one I'll say it's a repeat of that one. You won't get another mark. Because seasons and trends is 1 thing. It's 1 fact. They are not the same, but they are falling under the same heading. If you go look here, you've got 4 headings, right? So, for heading 1, please stop talking. For heading 1, you can either write the price of other goods and services, or you can say the price of substitute goods. Or you can say the price of complementary goods. But you can't say this is fact 1, fact 2, fact 3. If you mention all 3, you still just get 1 mark. Okay, so the same goes with change in seasons and trends. If you just say change in seasons, you'll get 1 mark. If you say change in trends, you'll get 1 mark. If you say change in seasons and trends, you'll get 1 mark. You won't get 1 mark for seasons and 1 mark for trends. You get what I'm saying? And the same goes with tastes and fashion. This is 1 idea. 1 idea. 1 idea. 1 idea. I hope I explained it well. So now the next one says, you have been saving money to buy a PlayStation 5 Slim. I researched this, and this is the newest version. And have been looking out for good deals at various stores. You notice that the price changed from time to time and that different stores sell it at different prices. So now they want you, below is the demand and supply schedule for the PlayStation 5 Slim at a large gaming store in the country. And now you need to draw for me. So, if I look at this, so usually in an exam, I will give you the numbers on the sides. Okay? In a test, I will give you a mark for the heading. I will give you a mark for price. I will give you a mark for quantity. So I see price works in thousands. So I'm going to make it 2,000. So let's see how many lines is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to work in 3,000s. So 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, 12,000, 15,000. Okay? If you did it differently, it's not a problem. Okay, now the quantity I'm going to work in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If you did it different, it's also not a train smash, but I think it's quite clear to do it like that. That's why I would give it to you in a test, because it's not wrong if you did it in increments of 2s or 1s or 10s. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so let's start. They say for 15, now let's first just do the quantity demand. So for 15,000 rand, nay, I draw my line, 15,000 rand, I have a demand of 5. For 12,000, I have a demand of 10. For 10,000, which is a little bit above the 9, I have 15. Can we stop it? For 8, I have 20. And for 3, now everybody can afford it, I have 25. So I just take my free hand and it gives me demand. Okay? Everybody did that. Ciao. Now if you wrote the D, you get a tick, and if your slope is like this, you get a tick. So let's do supply. So supply for 15,000 will supply 25. Can you see? For 12, we supply 20. For 15, we supply 15. For 10, we supply 15. For 8, we supply 10, and for 5, we supply, for 3, we supply 5. And now I'm just going to do this. And it gives me supply. There's another tick for the S, and a tick for the slope. And then, where it crosses, I say E. For market equilibrium, it's another mark. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 8. 8 out of 8. Everybody happy? Why aren't you happy? The 6, 7 is a TikTok trend. So it's the 7th of May. Okay, now 7 of May. No, it's actually 7/5. Let's go. What is the equilibrium price? I want you, please. Can we pay attention? Can we pay attention? So when they ask you the equilibrium price, I want you, if you look at the table, it would be there where the quantity and demand and supply are equal. Can you see it's 10,000? Or if I look here, ne? Can you see? 10,000. Okay. 10,000. So people are willing to buy it, and suppliers are willing to sell it at 10,000 rand. Okay, now identify one complementary and one substitute. So, complementary meaning I have this game now. What else will I need?
Control. The console.
You'll need a control. You'll need the games.
The TV.
You'll need a screen. And so on and so on. Eh? If I do substitute, your mom says, you are crazy, boy. I'm not going to pay that much for a PlayStation. So now you have to make a plan to do it something else. So the best substitute is to go play at your friend's house. But you're not going to buy it then. What else can you get? A PC, ne? So a Xbox. Your phone. A phone.
PlayStation 2.
You can get my PlayStation 2. Okay. Hey, PlayStation 2 was big in PlayStation 2's time, ne? Okay. So now, everybody's with me. Now if I go here, please. If I go here, can you see I drew you a graph? Now I say, indicate the market surplus and deficit on the graph. So, I'm going to do the surplus in blue. Will the surplus be on top or at the bottom? On top, ne? So here's the surplus. So you just say there's surplus. Guys and girls, stop talking. And the deficit would be at the bottom, ne? Okay? This, ne? So the next one says, indicator increase. Now before I even go in the demand, because of fashion. Can you see? This is a reason other than price. Nay, can you see that? And because it's other than price, it means it's going to go left and right. You hear what I'm saying? So now here's the demand curve. There it is. Now I'm asking you, is it going to go that side? Or is it going to go this side? Is it going to go left or right? Increase always goes where? Increase always goes left or right? Increase always, if I have my two hands? Right. So I'm going to go right. Please stop talking. Ne? And I need to do an arrow. Ne? To show it's going right. And what is the name of this line? This was D1, D2. I said to you, remember, an increase with these things, an increase always goes right, and a decrease always goes left. Okay, so I am now with the supply curve. Please listen, babies. So, it's a decrease, so I'm going to go to this end. So I'm going to take this line and it's going to go upwards. So it's going to go there. No, it's a decrease. That's why I said it's going to mess with your brain because it feels like it's going up. But it's not going up or down. It's going left or right. So that's why I said you put down your hands. Hey, you put down your hands. And you say, a decrease is left. So it's going that way. So if my line is here and it has to go left, it's going to look like it goes up. But actually it's a decrease. Okay, so I draw my arrow to show it's going to move left. Can you see it's about the arrows? It's about the arrows going left or right, not the line going up or down. So this one looks like it's going up, but actually it's going left. Right. And I'm going to number this S2. Yes. Okay, now, okay, so her question was, this arrow, can I put it anywhere? And my answer is yes. This, can you see this arrow? Let me just put two rulers there. It just needs to show between the two rulers. Ne? So I can actually also put it there. You see? As long as it's between the two rulers and it's going right. If I look at this one, the arrow can be anywhere as long as it's between the two rulers and it shows that it's going left. Can you see? Okay. Next question. Next question. It's asking me here. Give an example of a substitute for the following things. I am not going to ask you. So I'm quite sure you're done. So for floor tiles, what's a substitute? Carpets. Wooden panels. You can have anything. You know what? You have those Novilon. You can have, what is that, laminated floors. Yes. It's not what on top. I'm not replacing the tiles. I'm literally looking. I want something on my floor. I can't afford the tiles. What can I substitute tiles with?
Oh, that's carpet.
So maybe the carpet works out cheaper. Usually, a substitute is usually something cheaper. Not always. Not always. It's just the alternative that I can use. Okay. Paper clips, you want it? Okay, stapler. Staples. Because a paper clip is this thing. Ooh, in order. So this is a paper clip, right? Ooh, I don't know why that is there. How do I get this exit? So this is a paper clip. So you can't say a stapler. Ne? A stapler is not a substitute for a paper clip. What is a substitute?
Staple.
The staple. That doesn't want to come out. The staple is a substitute. Ne? Yes. Paperweight. Anything like that. String. Okay. Shower gel.
Sunlight bathroom.
Soap. Soap. You can even use your shampoo to wash with. Your mom won't. You can even use bubble bath to bath with. Yes, your mom won't be happy because it's expensive, but you can. See, you guys already did it. Here we go. Nail polish. Polish remover. Yes.
You also need nails.
You'll need nails, definitely. And some people are not born with pretty nails, so they buy those false ones. Ne? So you can even say, but you won't say nails, you'll say false nails, because you can't buy nails, but you can buy false nails. Cuticle oil and nail gel. He's got sisters. So let's go on. Remote. Batteries. Okay. You actually need a TV to have a remote. Okay. So let's think. But I would not say it's a complementary to the remote, because you're not going to buy a TV because you have a remote. You're going to buy a remote because you have a TV. So complementary is the thing that comes after the thing you bought. Okay. So if it's a pencil, what's complementary to a pencil? A sharpener or eraser. And paper also, yes. A bed.
Bed covers.
Bed covers, so duvet. Duvet. Cushion.
A basement.
A teacher that can lie on it and sleep. Okay. So when I look at this one, they say by using the graph below, explain how the new market price was formed. What is the new market price? Can you see I go 1 and 2? So E1 was the first market price with a Q1 and a P1. You see that? Now the new market price would be E2. Now, can you see if I draw the line now with E2, can you see there it is? Okay? And can you see E1? E1 was there. Now, I want you to see the following. Can you please stop talking? I want you to see this, because if you understand this is grade 10 economics. So please pay attention, people in the back. So the first thing I want you to do on here is to see that you move from Q1 to Q2. Can you see? So I'm going to draw an arrow there. I'm going to say it's moving Q1 to Q2. That's the first thing. Look at the price. Can you see it's moving P1 to P2? Can you see? Okay. So, if S1 moves to S2, can you see there's a movement? Can you see? S1 moves to S2. What's going to happen? What happened to the price? It increased. And what happened to the quantity people wanted? It decreased. This is not something you can just think out. You need the graph to see it. So now I want you to see how I answered it. Okay. I am going there it is so far. Just wait, I'm going to do it with you. But I want to do it the way I taught all the teachers to do it, that we all have the same answer.
When we taught teachers.
Now, I worked out the notes, so I told the teachers how I want you to answer it. Now, let me just